Hello, everybody. Welcome. How are ya? To the podcast of the Winding Road. Boy, I screwed that all up today, didn't I? How you doing, bud? Glad that you are on. Boom, boom, boom. Sunlight, sunlight, sunlight coming through the trees. Sunlight, boom, 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 boom. Man, oh man, I feel good. I feel good. Riding the waves through every day. This is what I gotta say. That I'm not that good at rapping, but hey, that little chat GPT or that AI gonna make me fly. But at what point am I making it, or is it making me? I must be authentic, cause that's what I can truly be. Ooh, gonna work on that last part of that, but might be on a little some kind of rap something. You just gotta get that brain rattling around if you know what I'm saying out there, people. Come on, you with me? You with me? Let's get a little crazy, have a little fun, be zany today on the old winding road, huh? Man, oh man. I'll tell you what. Like I thought I was in full kabam kaboom, let's go and get it mode before. It's on now, brothers and sisters. It's on. It's on now. I even been using a little, I'm staying young, I'm being fit, I'm being healthy, but look, see how I'm at. Can you see it? I still got some grays up there, but man, I don't know. Thinking about maybe getting some, I use the soap on top of my head. Kabam, kaboom, ba-bam. Use that on top of my head and try to get them gray hairs out of there. I'm like thinking about using a full-on shampoo. Like, I'm not going to go to the point of dyeing my hair. There is something about aging naturally. Big proponent in that. Get that side of it as well. But the other side that I'm thinking about in this current moment in time is, man, if I look young and potentially, because I look myself in the mirror and I see gray, and then it's like, oh man, I'm getting old. But nah. This body, sure, it might be been around a time or two, but gonna keep going no matter what quote unquote age I am, because I don't take that mindset. I'm not gonna take that mindset. Yes, my body, yes. Certificate tells me I'm a certain age, but I don't know how old. I think my soul's timeless. Timeless, Scary Martin. Timeless. Ooh, Distant Times, my new novel. Check it out. Short novel. I'm calling it a short novel. Kind of change that around just because I don't know how many people know what a novella is. It's very funny if people get my book and they're like, he spelled novel wrong. A novella by Gary Martin. He doesn't even know how to spell novel. If he can't spell novel, his book's gonna suck. Oh man. I got a Smoothie King, but yeah, it's just go time, man. Just been staying up till 4 or 5 every single night. They say early bird gets the worm. Well, there's another part of that, a little wise wisdom. Well, how's it go? But the late worm doesn't get eaten, boy. That's what I'm on. The late worm does not get ate. No, sir. So, and that's what I'm on. And it's been crazy, though, because I'm starting to realize, okay, I don't necessarily, it just all happens naturally, man. Like, thought I was doing halfway decent before, and, I'm sure it'll come another point in time where it's like, keep the momentum going, keep it going. Just don't stop moving, man. Make sure you're taking care of your body, getting your sleep, but don't stop moving. Don't stop getting stuff done, dude. I use it to squeeze every second out of this bitch, every single day. Every single second, I'm squeezing it, man. I make time for it all. Got a time to relax. Got a time to work on projects, get stuff done. But it's just funny because then it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to bed super late, but I'm also getting up I'm getting up before noon. And like, all right, maybe my body doesn't need that much natural sleep. Like, thankfully, in a position like, man, God bless anybody that does the 9 to 5 stuff. Like, somebody's got to do it. There were points in my life where I did it even worse, getting up at the other side of that, 5 a.m., whenever I worked in radio sportscasting. So I've been around on all sides of the equation. But it's like, yep, body gets up, like, all right, man, I don't know if it's because I know I want to get so much done and do shit, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Body's like, get up. And I'm like, nope, you good, bro. You good. Get on up and get on moving, bud. Get on up. So, yeah, man, just been really just banging it out and just getting shit done, man. All right, come on here all wild and crazy, but it's just fun. It's fun, and I have a couple of things I was going to talk to you about. Give me a second. Random. Because I was like, do I want to click on here and do another podcast today? Because, man, I've been enjoying me some trap music, some trap rap. And it's kind of fun, I guess, I let off with a rap song. But, man, I really would someday, especially with the help of AI, like I said, I do think that, I talked about this a little bit before now, I believe, in the last couple episodes, a little bit, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it and examine it farther. Okay, so yeah, we know I'm getting on there, I'm using it to edit, I'm using it as a tool, and like, really, I think I can thank it a lot, because now I'm feeling like stuff would take me a lot longer to do. Like, I'm able to do it now, and it's still authentically mine, but it's just using all your tools, man, using all your tools, and like people that got quote unquote souls, and I don't know why I did quote unquote for souls, but but maybe it's when it comes down to, it's like, if you got a conscience, you're not going to go on there and just make shit up and say that it's yours and try to sell it to get. A lot of people sure or will do that. That's how she goes, bub. That's how she goes. But for me, my genuine authentic self, like, I'm going to use it as a tool to get on there, and it's like all these things now, it's like, maybe that's why I feel like I can get so much more done, because just with the help of the old chat GPT, and you can go into the debate about all that stuff possibly being really bad in Terminator and Scenario, and I think I've gone into it a little bit on here before. If not, you can check out my short story that I'll eventually post. Have a really fun, crazy idea. Settings about a guy, that's all worried about it. It's just fun. It's just what I do on ChatGPT. I'm going to be nice to it. In case it ever gets smarter than us, I'm going to be nice. Then hopefully they'll recognize that humans are nice, hopefully, or whatever. But then it's about the robot's going to come bug me. It'll just keep bugging me. But anyways, I don't want to dive too far into the story before I get before it's actually published or getting close to published, because it's just kind of a thought on it now. But it's amping up my productivity incredibly, and it just feel like I'm going to maybe get a shot now. Because I'll be honest with you, kept looking around like, all right, man, like, I know I probably won't be the best rapper in the world, but I can write, I can make some songs, I'll be halfway decent, I can be really quick freestyle, there's like at least a little tiny bit of talent there somewhere, right? But it's like AI, boom, I can put some melody and shit behind it, because I'm sitting there trying to make my own, and then the process of that is like, all right, cool, I'm going to go out and try to collab with whoever, but if I could just get on there and sing and it makes it up for me, like, I could totally see where legit people that make their own music would be like, yeah, like shit, and that's how I feel as a writer. But it's like, man, if I want to do all these different things, like, I'm going to have it help me. Like, my main focus is on writing, like, just to, whatever. Like, at what point, they are asking about disclaimers on this stuff. Like, yo, did this help you make this? And did this help you make that? It's just, I know that's talking about that maybe taking away our critical thinking skills, but to me, I'm helping it to enhance my critical thinking skills in figuring out, all right, well, how can I use it, but still make sure that I'm being to enhance my productivity and creativity rather than hindrance it, or rather than, like losing that sense of my brand and who I am, like, it's just wild. It's just wild and interesting to think about. But the real reason I clicked on here is because I was debating whether or not I wanted to do one of these podcasts. I was like, man, I'm really enjoying this trap music. I watched a lot of wrestling. How about old John Cena? If you check out my podcast, The Top Rope Podcast, Buddy Scotty comes on. That's just on YouTube, The Top Rope Podcast. But it's kind of pop culture thing, so I'll talk about it just briefly. Segue into the story that I'm actually trying to tell you. If we can get there or not, we'll see. But with John Cena turned heel last week or a couple weeks ago, by the time you're hearing this, I am keeping up with him, so you're hearing it pretty much. Spring's right around the corner. Maybe spring will be here by the time you hear this. It's close. We're trying to get him out within a week, baby. We're being more productive. We're doing it. But when John Cena turned heel and that rapper Travis Scott was in the ring, and then I was like, I'm going to check him out, like I did some work for the guy. Is a kid in Australia. His kid at the time is getting, he's still a kid to me. He's a middle-aged man here, but hey, what do you know? But with his little wrestling figurines that he makes, or not that he makes, but he has a show on them. And I did some ring announcing for his little wrestling figurines that got like 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 views. It's crazy blowing it up, man. And he helped me gain my first few subscribers and all that and whatnot on here, and hopefully we'll go to the moon. But I'm not worried about any of that. Just being myself and just who cares, man. Just having fun and trying to have fun and spread joy in this life. But anyways, so his favorite rapper was Travis Scott, so I saw he was on. I was like, oh wow. And then I was like, oh, Travis Scott's on there with John Cena and The Rock. Like, oh wow. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to Travis Scott music. And I was like, man, I can see why he likes him. Pretty good stuff, but then he's talking about like lust and all that, and I could see, like, yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm not judging him or anything. I'm just like trying to figure out, like, cause I've been there, I've talked about that, and I got some poems about that. It'll be as if I was still in the middle of those times, going through stuff, and just like some of his songs. And I do think like there's some deeper meaning and stuff on it there, but then there's also some very worldly, talking about strippers and whatnot. And then I just got to thinking, like, all right, this was cool. It's pretty good. I enjoy this kind of music. And you can relate the story however you want, with whatever kind of music you want, with what I'm getting ready to tell you, because they have all different kinds of it. But I was like, all right, I like this, but I don't know, like, I'm at a different level. Or not level. Level's the wrong word. It's all circle. There's no judgment. Everybody's at different parts of the circle, and their soul's journey. But it's a circle, so that you don't know where the beginning and end is. So if you can't judge people for shit that you might know now that they don't, because we're all here to help. Souls are here to help each other figure out and help one another in different areas that we need it. If we're focused on our soul's journey, because in that way God comes into your life, the quote unquote, the more, all that stuff, like, man, it's just going down the road, doing whatever, man. It's just like, because I'm being led by that, it's just like, wow, things like, okay, yep, like, man, or just remembering stuff like, how did I even remember that, it just naturally falls in. And like, whenever you're at where you're supposed to be, like, I see signs and stuff, and I can feel it deep in my bones, like, yep, this is right, good, this, yep, good. But anyways, with the songs and stuff, man, I was like, it all goes back to what you put in is what you put out. And so I'm thinking, yeah, I'm at a different point on the circle here. Like, I don't really want to hear him rapping about strip clubs and all that. Like, I've been there, done that, had fun with that, all good. Like, now I'm good though. Like, I'm focusing on my soul's journey. And so I was like, I'm going to turn on some Christian. I'm just going to type in Spotify Christian trap music. But you don't know what rap music is, look it up. And like I said, you can apply it to any kind of music that you want. And I'm just like, and I know a lot of people on here may not be Christian or whatever, but for me, it was like, all right, cool. I'm going to put that on. And it's just amazing how great the quality is in that. And it's been that way for probably 10 years now. I just remember back in the day, like, it wasn't very cool, man. Like, if you're in secular culture, like, you're not real cool if you're listening to Christian music. And I'm just thinking, but nowadays you can turn it on, have it on, they ain't gonna know, and then they're probably maybe expecting to hear something bad, some kind of bad lyrics or whatever. And it's like, no, they don't even know. they don't even know, and all of a sudden, bam, like, wait a minute, he just talk about God, then it's got their attention on putting in healthier inputs or whatever, and just, man, I just wish that more people could hear that, and it's blowing up, it's pretty big, but, like, just integrating into the, like, guys like Creed, guys like POD, and just groups like that. Like, I feel like that's how I approach things just in general, with my whole approach to Gary Martin Media. Like, I'm not afraid to talk about it, I'm not afraid to say about it, but I want to still be mainstream and stick with a mainstream type focus to not exclude anybody out just because I might believe a certain way. Like I said, I'm not going to be ashamed of that, but I'm always constantly challenging my beliefs, not just in like how I perceive God and Jesus in the Bible and all that, but just even more than that, because I'm not going to put God in a box, So we've talked about that on the Winding Road before. You can search back through some of that if you want to check it out. But I'm just not going to put it in a box. And I just think dividing your audience is I get standing up for what you believe in, but dividing your audience, I'm just like, I don't really want to divide my audience. I just want to love, inspire, unite. Unite's key in that last word. So I have to show that kind of love in my actions. God is love in my actions, my words and my actions. But with open mind, I keep challenging the way of thinking. It's like, yeah, God might have created a Bible over here, but who knows? There may be a million other species out there. They have a Bible for them, and it's all the one God because God created it all. Like, we put him in a box, but think about how far the freaking light years go, man. That shit is just like insane. And we think we're sitting here like special. We are special, but we're like just put ourselves at the center of it all. And like, how do we get this caught up in so selfish? We're here for a blink, and we're just being so selfish on the way we think. And I'm so guilty of it, just like anybody else. It's like, don't put it in a box, man. Like, be really, really thankful every single day. Go outside and be like, holy fuck, this is great. Go hike and just experience that, man, and just rise up out of any kind of anxiety or worry or doubt that you're dealing with. You are an overcomer because you are on the mother soul's journey, baby. Let's go. Anywho, back to my story, just with the rap music and I don't know. I think maybe that was about the end of the story on that. I was just thinking about how funny that would be. People were listening, like, what did he talk about? Like, I'm expecting to hear, like, turn this crap off, turn this crap off. What are you listening to? And it'd be like, I'm listening to Christian music. Like, oh, what? That's Christian? I thought I heard him say God in it or something. But just any kind of music, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be Christian, but what kind of lyrics are they saying? What are we putting in, man? What he put in is what will come out. And the more and more that you weed out the bad and put in the good, it's going to show, it's going to shine. And just got to ride the waves, because there's waves of darkness and light. It's all there. Like, I'm in a brilliant moment of lightness and clarity right now. But I know that the dark, and not just like temptation or anything like that, but just the waves of life and living, I know that that's going to eventually come. It's not always everything, it's not always hunky-dory. So I sit here with a realization and knowing that, but I'm not focused on that, because I treat every single day like it truly is just a different life. Like, every day. And I feel that sometimes when I wake up. It's so weird. I'll be like, holy cow. I don't know if it's just the thankfulness of waking up for that day, and just being so thankful. I wake up and I feel weird, like, what's going on here? Like, holy shit. Like, I don't know, like it's different, it's almost like you wake up in different realities. I really think the reason that happens is with, like, the possibility of, dreams correlating to what might happen in the afterlife, and it's like a dream like we die every night, they say. I've talked about this before, but I really think that has a lot to do with maybe why I feel that way, because I go to, you go with the third eye. I had some really weird dreams that didn't really feel like dreams, man. They're like visions and like pretty crazy stuff, pretty incredible. But it's just like a glimpse into that other side of things, and just like with anything, we got to be careful in them. But with like psychedelics and all that stuff, got to be super, super careful with that. But it's just getting outside that default mode network that we always talk about. And I do think whenever we're outside of that, whenever I'm dreaming, and I don't know if I'm going in and out of different realities or what exactly is going on there. I don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it, because I am locked into this reality, trying to make the most out of it every single day. But it is weird waking up sometimes like, whoa, like I don't even know. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining the end of it, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. What is a good way? Let me take out a drink here. I'm gonna keep it rolling. Huh. That's good. That's good. Quick funny story about Smoothie King. I go to Smoothie King and I ask for the daily warrior, whatever. Usually I get something else. I'm already screwing up by asking for something different. I asked him how many calories are in the 20 ounce, even though it says right on the screen, but it's like you add stuff and don't add stuff. And I asked for a reason for what I'm about to tell you. They're like, all right, cool, get a 20 ounce. I'm like, what do you all want in that? I'm like, just how it comes. And then, like, they didn't know because their button was different than the menu. Like, their computer screens in there were different than the menu, which obviously that's a screw up. But so it was all kind of jacked up. I was being super nice about it, just, asking. I'm thinking, okay, well, I wonder because I'm like trying to watch my calories here, man. I don't want to get jacked. I want to get a 6-pack. You never know. It's not too late. I'm going to try to get a 6-pack. Well, my metabolism is still burning good, baby. Burn. But, yeah, so finally, eventually, they figure my order out. I get to the window. I'm thinking, all right, cool. It's going to put me at so many calories for the day. And I guess, I don't know, for the hassle, or maybe because I gave them a $2 tip because I had a $2 reward saving. So I was paying it forward with giving them a $2 tip, because those things are expensive. Can't always do that unless I have the rewards. But, and then they had me a big giant one, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, thank you very much. Like, I'm thinking, man, I'm watching my calories here. I'm trying to watch my calories. So, like, I'm not going to say, pour that in a 20-ounce cup, man. I'm trying to watch my calories. But it's just funny because I asked them specific questions about calories whenever I was ordering. So, the disconnect there for them. They didn't think about that or have the mindfulness to realize it. And I've been there 1,000 times and not thinking about stuff and ask dumbass questions all the time and then laugh at myself for it because it's funny. It's funny. Can't take yourself too serious, guys. Can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. But anyways, appreciate you guys being on here. Hope I made somebody laugh. Hope I made somebody think. Ooh, I like adding that as a subtitle. Maybe I made you laugh. Maybe I made you think. But I'm gonna take another drink and say, I'm me, you're you, but we are each other. Love, inspire, unite. God bless.